Hello everybody, welcome to my first live at the Hilton at Monona Terrace. This week we are at a new hotel. We are at the Hilton, which has been a really great experience as opposed to the last hotel we were at, but we talked about that in the last live and in the last videos and stuff and all that, so we're not going to recap that and everything. We're just going to say that everybody here has been really nice to us, and we're on the 12th floor, which is really cool. We're like really high up in the hotel, and at first we were like a little freaked out about that, but actually it's been really cool. And everybody here has been really nice, and we did valet last night so that Jared could be here for my birthday, and that went really well and was really nice, and everybody was really kind to us and all that good stuff, so that was really cool. So that was good. I'm just going to recap a couple of things just because I didn't get to do a live yesterday, so it's going to be kind of a combination of yesterday and today to get everybody caught up. And I know that everybody wants to know what's with the IV fluids and the cab adventures. So we are going to get to that, and that's the main point of today's live. But I just want to get you caught up on yesterday, because yesterday was my birthday and we didn't do a live. So yesterday was pretty good. We got up. We found out that it's about 15 to 20 minutes from here to the hospital, which is not bad. We were really afraid that it was going to be a lot longer cab ride, so that was awesome to find out. We got to her appointment yesterday early, but she had to do her physical and stuff, and they wanted to talk to us a lot about the brachytherapy and what those treatments are going to be like and what her day is going to be like. And it was a lot, but it was really important information, and actually I think at the end of the day it made us feel a lot better about those procedures. It made us feel more confident about them. And actually we found out that the side effects that she's been experiencing are going to subside or potentially get a little bit better, perhaps. But she might be getting some new ones, but they almost sound a little bit more manageable. So we're actually kind of encouraged. However, there are some different concerns moving forward. So we talked about all of those kinds of things. So that happened. So it was a long day, but not too bad, I don't think. I think we weathered all of that pretty well. We came back here to the hotel. Unfortunately, the Dairy Queen we were going to get my birthday cake from was closed. So I didn't get a birthday cake. What?
You will, though.
But we're going to see if we can't get one maybe tomorrow night, or we're thinking about maybe getting a coconut cake instead, because we don't have a freezer. So we're thinking maybe that was kind of kismet that happened. This way we could, sorry.
You need something to drink.
Sorry, we've been out in the cold and then came back in and stuff. Anyway. We can put that in the, here, I'm going to prop you guys for a second. Can you still see me? Alright, hang on. Anyway, we're going to put it in our refrigerator. Sorry about that, guys. We're going to put it in our refrigerator, and, yeah, so I don't choke to death. Put it in our refrigerator, and have some of that tomorrow. Also, we are going to get Mom cheesecake from the restaurant downstairs for her birthday, because she loves cheesecake. And we're probably going to order from the room service menu, because I was looking over it for Mom's birthday, and they have some really great yummy foods for what you can get for room service here. And they're not really unreasonably priced, to be honest with you. Like, I thought, like, the Hilton, they would be really unreasonably priced. But there are some really good, tasty, yummy things for not unreasonably priced stuff. So that's what we're probably going to do for Mom's birthday. So that's the plan for that. So we talked about all those things, and then we got cheeseburgers and shakes and fries from this really great place that's just kind of down the road a bit for my birthday dinner. And then we opened up some gifts, and it was really, really nice. So that kind of does my birthday. And then I had a nap, and it was really great. But unfortunately, Mom felt really sick throughout the night. Her stomach was very, very upset in terms of stomach distress and bathroom distress. So we had to address those things today. But I'll get to that in a minute. So this morning started with, of course, it's very hard to get up in the morning for us. We're just always so exhausted. Mom, of course, because she's going through her treatment, and me just because, like, all of the extra activity and stuff is just taking such a toll on my body, and, like, we still haven't figured out all the things that are going on with me. So, it seems like no matter how much sleep I get, it's never enough kind of thing. So it's so hard to get up in the morning. But so we got up this morning, got ready, got down there, and the cab was already waiting, which was weird because we always go down early, but the cab was already here. So we go over to him, and we kind of knew from the start it wasn't going to be good when he was already here so early and had been here so early. So basically, we got in, got Mom in, and then he basically was like, oh, I'll open the back for you. So I had to put the heavy wheelchair in the cab myself. Then he, like, didn't want to even close the hatch himself, but I kind of gave him, like, a dirty look, like, aren't you going to close your own cab? And then he closed it himself. I got in the cab because he had, like, left the door open for me, like, basically looking at me like, well, aren't you gonna, like, get in? Like, it was a privilege that he opened the door for me, and I should, like, feel thankful that he opened the door for me, which, I mean, like, I have no problem opening the cab door for myself. I mean, I don't expect to be waited on in terms of, like, the cab door being open for me, but I'm not gonna open the back hatch myself, because that's, like, part of their job is to help assist with the wheelchair. It's, like, in the notes, and I know that it's in the notes for that because I called ahead and said, hey, could you please have somebody that can help us out with the wheelchair in there, and it's, like, part of the whole entire thing. So then once we got on the road, he almost got us into an accident twice. He was driving on the wrong side of the road, like, in the wrong lane, like 2 or 3 times. He was stopped at a green light a couple of times. People behind us were beeping. He was very absent-minded. So then when we got to the hospital, he kept wanting to drop us off at this one section that's just for valet people. And it's like, if you're a cab driver, you know how the system goes. And the system is that cabs let off near the clinic entrance because it's away from valet. The valet people don't get mad at you, and it keeps the flow of traffic going. And there's a specific place for cab drivers and, like, ambulance to let off, and that's where it is. It's, like, where the non-emergent place is. And he should know that as a cab driver, but for whatever reason he didn't. So we explained it to him, and he still wanted to, like, leave us off at the wrong place. So we had to, like, tell him literally 6 times where to drop us off. So then we get there, and he's like, oh, should I open the back for you? Yeah, I'm not opening the back hatch of your cab for you. No. So he opens it, and then he's like, well, you'll get it out, right? So then he kind of was like, or should I? And I was like, you know what? Don't worry. I'll just handle it, because at this point I don't want him touching it. I don't want his hands on it. I don't want him to break it, because at this point I have no confidence that he won't break it, and we need this wheelchair to see us through treatment and beyond. So I don't trust this guy with anything, because through the cab ride, his stuff that was in there was like sloshing around the cab and stuff. Like, I just don't trust this guy at all. So I took the wheelchair out myself that I had put in the cab myself, very careful not to touch the cab so that nothing inside the cab could break or be scratched or anything else, because I didn't want to be liable for damage of any of the cab company's property or anything else. I took it out, put it on the ground, fixed it for her, and then he was like, "Aren't you going to close the door?" or something like that. So I closed his grubby, gross, disgusting hatch for him, closed my own door, and then Mom closed her door. I helped her into her chair, and we went inside. And so she like started to complain about him, and I was like, wait until he's gone. And then we got inside the hospital, and then she was like, "I could tell you were so quiet, you were unhappy." And I was like, yeah. I gave him like $1 tip, and the only reason I gave him a tip at all was because I didn't want him to complain or bitch or waste any more time, and I knew that we needed to go in. So I gave him $1 tip, which is the smallest tip that I've given any of them the entire time. And then we got inside, and I was just like so happy to be over it and whatever. And so we got inside, and that started our day. But then other than that, I was like, hey, I'm going to report him, which I am going to do, and just request that we never get him again. But so then we got inside, and I was like, well, you know what? We actually got here a little bit early, and you know what? They took her in fairly early, and I was like, you know what? Things are going a little bit better. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't feel sick. We did our thing where we went in and got me like some ice water. You know, things are going fairly well. They had Mom's schedule for the brachytherapy and stuff all set up and ready for us. They had some other paperwork for her set up and ready for us. So like things were moving fairly smoothly. So I started to feel like optimistic about the day. The day is not going to go so bad or be so long or whatever moving forward. So I started to feel like good. So then I started talking to Jared. And for those of you who are unsure or confused about who he is, that's my boyfriend. And he was saying that he wasn't feeling so great for some personal reasons. So he stayed home from work today. So then I started to worry about him and had a dialogue with him going. And then Mom's like, well, we have to talk to the doctor today, which they had told us yesterday, so I wasn't surprised by that. So I was like, okay, cool. So then we talked to her, and she was saying, okay, well, because you had such a rough night last night, I want to get your blood pressure and, you know, how things been going. And so I've been saying, well, Mom's been having a hard time with, you know, drinking. Like, she hasn't been drinking very much. She hasn't been eating very much. And she was really concerned about that, because when you're not drinking and eating very much, but you're having so many stomach problems and bathroom distress, that means that you're dehydrated. And when your blood pressure is doing the things that your blood pressure is doing, that means that, you know, you could be really severely dehydrated. And so they wanted to do IV fluids, and Mom really didn't want that. And she was like, well, you know, we have to do what's best for you and your health, so we kind of have to do it. So they wanted to do IV fluids, so they gave her IV fluids, and Mom was like, we don't even have evidence that I really am. Well, they said that it was going to be an hour to 45 minutes to do one bag. Mom was done in like half that time, because her body like absorbed those fluids really rapidly. They also took some blood to check her magnesium and some other things. So we don't know what the results were, because Mom didn't want to wait around to find out those results, because she had just had it. She didn't want to have the IV fluids as it was. She wanted to get out of there. She wanted to be here resting. She just had a banana, and she's resting, and she took some more of the medicine that was prescribed to her. And then I'm sure that we're going to be getting an email about what the results were, or a phone call later from the doctor letting us know what those results were. So we're waiting on those. but that's kind of what happened and why we were so delayed.
They tried to get a sample.
Oh, yeah, and they also wanted a sample of her stool, but she was not having it. She refused to go to the bathroom there at the doctor's office. She refuses to do that and just outright denied them. She started going on a rant about patients' rights and was just like not having it. She was not having it. She really tried like a lot. Like she was downright fighting her doctor to not get the IV fluids, and her doctor after a while just stopped listening to her and just told her she was giving her the IV fluids anyway. So got the IV fluids but not the stool sample, and got the bloods, but we didn't hear the results yet. So the results hopefully will be in soon, and we'll know about that. So that's kind of where we're at. I just had the sip of the Powerade, as you saw, and I have a banana here waiting for me. And then we have stuff for peanut butter and jelly and different stuff like that. We're keeping it real simple here with us. And she also recommended getting Gatorade and putting half water, half Gatorade in for Mom to drink to try to push some fluids, because fluids are really important. So that's what we're going to try to do for Mom in the future, and just keep the foodstuffs simple and easy and bland. So that's what we're going to do. And after I'm done with this live, I am going to eat this banana. And I'm going to have the Powerade, and then I have to make a lot of phone calls today because I have to call the American Cancer Society yet again, and I have to make some other arrangements.
And the cab.
And I have to report the cab guy and say that we never want to have him again and all those different kinds of things. So. And I have to say that we really loved the cab driver that we had on the way home from the hospital, because she was amazing. She went above and beyond for us. She was very sweet, and we gave her probably the biggest tip that we have ever given a cab driver, because she really deserved it. She really earned it, and she was very, very kind to us and very just accommodating, sweet, and wonderful. And we really appreciated it, and she deserved it. And she's a single mom working really, really hard, and we really, appreciated the fact that, she wasn't looking for a tip. She wasn't doing, her kindness came because it was how she was, not because she was looking for something. And we appreciate that. I mean, some of these guys who treated us really horrible were looking for a handout and would have caused problems if they didn't get one. And that's just rude and unappreciative and not what you need when you're dealing with cancer stuff. So, yeah, so we just are really, really thankful and appreciative of her, and wanted to compensate her accordingly for that. So we made an effort to do that. So we tipped her nicely for her generosity and her kindness, because not all cab drivers, go above and beyond to help with the wheelchair, or go above and beyond to just make sure that you're okay. I mean, she helped Mom in her chair. She helped her into the way that was easier to get into the hotel, and helped get the chair out of the car, and helped put the it in the car, and just all those things, and helped with the conversation just to make her feel better and just put us at ease and stuff like that. So our second day of treatment in week 5 was unexpected with the IV fluids, and unexpected with the bad cab driver, and then the best cab driver ever. So we've kind of had our worst and our best in the same day with cab drivers. First time ever having IV fluids. I was really shocked when she suggested it and said it. I was really taken aback. I mean, Mom was too. Mom really didn't want to do it. My attitude's like, if we've got to do it, let's do it. Mom's attitude is like, hell no, I don't want to do it. And fighting it every step of the way. But her body really needed it. I mean, she went through that bag really crazily fast.
If the doctor wasn't on lunch or whatever she was doing, she probably would have kept me for another bag or so.
Yeah, if the doctor hadn't been as busy as she was, she probably would have made her have another bag. She went through that bag really fast. She was really dehydrated. And another thing that's really weird, like, they don't really say anything about it, but, like, it's weird to me. I mean, it's probably, like, no big thing, but it's really weird to me, is, like, Mom is crazy. Like, they have such a hard time with my veins, right? They have a hard time finding them. They have a hard time getting anything out of them. It's a problem. They found it right away, and it just, like, everywhere. They had to clean up around it because it was making a mess all over the place. And, like, now she has to keep her thing on for, like, ever just to make sure that it doesn't start, spurting again. With me, they're like, whatever. Yeah, it gave us what we needed. We're done. Or it'll blow. It'll blow. Like, I have the worst veins in the universe. She has, like, beautiful, gorgeous, delightful veins that just give them what they need. And so I just was like, oh my God, it's like a geyser, of beautifulness for them, because, they needed to take blood samples for testing and, of course to get online for the IV. But I don't know. I was just, like, in awe of her gorgeous veins doing gorgeous veiny things, and a little jelly, because my veins do not do that. I am what they call a hard stick. Difficult and temperamental and crazy. Sorry, taking out the receipt that I did not want of the... Oh, and that's another thing about the cab driver we didn't like. He charged extra for handling the wheelchair when I did all the work on the wheelchair. Yeah. Ugh. Good thing he gave me a receipt, because usually I say, don't give me a receipt, but he didn't even ask. He just gave me a receipt. So, in a way, it's a good thing, because now I can be like, hey, yo, this happened today, and yo, let's fix it, because on that. So, that has been our day today. I'm sorry if this is super boring and stuff, but just people were really concerned that we were late and that we had to stay for IV fluids. They had said that we would be there a couple hours, but it was really just like 1 hour because she went through the IV fluids so fast. We actually probably spent more time waiting for them to decide if they were going to do the IV fluids than we actually did for the IV fluids, to be honest with you. But that was partially because Mom put up such a fuss of not wanting to do it. Which she's like shaking her head over there, but I think that's more accurate. It was like, can we get consent? Can we just make her do it? How are we going to do this? That was probably more of the case. But yeah, so that is the update today. I'm sorry I'm not more lively. I have a bit of a headache. I think it's just because I haven't had anything to eat yet with my medications this morning. So like I said, I'm going to have that banana and the rest of the Powerade. And then I'm going to start making my calls. I'm going to take the receipt, and it is a receipt. See, there's all the information. And go ahead and report that guy and see what I can do about that. And then I have to call the American Cancer Society and be like, hey, what can we do about the upcoming weeks? Because I finally have the schedule for that. And I also have to look into a couple of other things. So it's going to be a rather long day of phone calls and things, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow for tomorrow's live. And also be sure to go check out www.twitch.tv/Operation Nina 1. The marathon is still going on. It is still going strong. If you can't donate, perhaps a friend could donate. So please share the link to that with other people. The marathon is raising money to help Mom out. It is doing fantastic. Our friend Brittany is running it this year. She is doing fantastic. It is the first marathon of this year, 2018. This year has started off with a bang. She has implemented new things that has made Operation Nina better. And these things, I think, will stay with Operation Nina moving forward and are things that I myself wanted to implement and just could not do. And I couldn't be happier with the way things are going and the way that it's been run. So please check it out. If you can't donate, you can just send your support and spread the word. And it's an amazing good time. There are fantastic casters. There are giveaways. There's auction thingies. There's all sorts of things going on. I haven't been there that much because of everything that's happening, but I hear amazing things are happening. I heard that my friend Hawk actually casted this morning. Like, amazing great things have happened and are happening. So like first time things, brand new casters, old favorites, like amazing things are going down. So please check it out if you can. And I will see you guys tomorrow. If you're seeing this back on Facebook and not live, awesome job. If you're seeing this live, fantastic. And if you're seeing this on YouTube, it is a week late, but hopefully you did tune in to Operation Nina. And if you did, awesome job, guys. And if we're looking back on this time way later, we can be so happy that we got through all of this and that this is just a distant memory. And yay, we made it. Woo! All right, see you guys later. Bye.